Gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall. Okay, so let us take a comfortable seat for yourself. I'm actually kneeling over my zafu today. I just feel much more comfortable when I kneel. This will be a sacral practice, so it kind of gets me in tune with my sacrum. But you can sit, of course. You can sit on a bolster. You can sit on a block. We're going to take our Hakini Mudra. Hakini Mudra joins all of the fingers, all of the thumbs together. And we just rest that down into the lap. So you can rest the wrists onto the inner thighs, soften through the elbows and soften through the shoulders. And always you can choose whether you keep the eyes open and take a soft gaze, looking down at a single point of gaze, or you could close the eyes. I know when we come to a practice in the morning, we've already had our eyes closed all night. So maybe you like to keep the eyes open and just have that single point of focus. And just allow yourself time to become settled, whatever your morning has brought for you so far, whether it has been rushed or calm. You have had your morning drink, whether that be a tea, a coffee, or a herbal drink, or warm lemon and ginger or honey, anything that you've had this morning. Hopefully not food. We never like to eat before our practice. So allow yourself to become centered and anchored to your breathing. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Allow that breath to become fluid and free. There's no forcing of the breath, not trying to make it any longer than it feels comfortable. Think about the inhale, taking energy around to each and every part of the body. And think of the exhale as releasing, letting go, and softening. And the key word for this practice is soften. It's a very cooling, soothing practice for our lunar flow. And today's practice is in celebration of the beautiful, super blue full moon that took place this week. I hope you were able to get sight of that. I went out of the house a couple of times in the dark to try and find it, and it hadn't even risen at like 10 o'clock. So it did come up, and then it was very, very bright. So I hope that you managed to have clear skies to see that this week. A very rare blue supermoon. And also, this practice is in celebration of the life, short life of a dear friend of ours, Zoe, who no longer is with us, but we always remember her soul and her spirit at this time of the year, sadly, when she left us 2 years ago. So let's just take a couple of minutes just to remember Zoe, and whether you met her in person or you just saw her on the Zoom window, just try to imagine her face, imagine her light, just as bright as that super blue full moon. Everything you have gone through has brought you to this point today. You are a survivor, you thrive, and can emit your light, even though some others may not see the positive side of the situation. Our cracks are where our lights shine the brightest because of the energy we put into healing. Allow the healing in your life to be a lighthouse for others, and you are the proof that hope is alive. Take the arms up to the sky, keeping that beautiful spherical Hakini mudra. Above the head, reaching the arms up, stretching the sides of the body, feeling all of those fingers and thumbs touching. Nice and slowly, bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra and draw the hands down through the center line of your body, past the third eye, just resting the thumbs onto the center of your forehead there for one moment. Bringing in clear and loving thoughts. Bringing the thumbs down to the lips, just resting them there for a moment. For clear and loving words. And then gently and softly bringing them down to your heart space. For clear and loving intentions. Release the hands, circle through the wrists, circle through the shoulders. If you like to change your seated position, go ahead. I'm going to take Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. And you can bring either the two fingers down to the base of the thumb or two fingers up to the third eye. Taking a breath in through both nostrils. And slow, deep exhale through both. Closing off the right nostril with the thumb, breathing in through the left. Pause, close off. Exhale out of the right as you release the thumb. Inhale through the right. Pause, close, open left, exhale. Breathing in left. Pause, close, open right, exhale. Breathe in right. Pause, close, open left, exhale. Continuing for a few more rounds at your own pace. Really drawing into the alternate breaths of each nostril. Slowing, calming, soothing breaths. Coming to the last round, completing a cycle as you exhale on the left nostril. Releasing the hands down, breathing normally through both. And just really feeling the purification, the cleanliness of that breath, that breathing technique of alternate nostrils. And let's begin our asana practice by coming onto our backs. Take time to get there. This is a very soft and slow practice. So I want you to really think of, the softness of your body, the softness of your joints and the muscles today. Giving yourself that healing. Drawing the knees in towards the chest and just softly. Again, I'm probably going to say softly way too many times through this practice. But relax into this knees to chest. We don't have to compress the thighs in towards the belly. We can widen the knees. We can just gently drop the thighs to the outer rib cages and just rock and roll from side to side. And giving yourself that little spinal massage there. A lot of the focus will be towards the lower body today. So lower back, releasing out any tension and tightness into the pelvis, the hips, but also into the inner, the outer thighs, the hamstrings and the quadriceps, but not really thinking of it as a physical practice so much as more of a healing, soothing and cooling practice. Placing the soles of the feet down onto the mat, little tiny pelvic tilts, hands come down by the side of you. So rolling up and rolling down. Breathing in to lift the pubic bone. Breathing out to roll down through the lumbar section. And just feel that you're pushing into all four corners of the feet, palms, the elbows and the shoulders for the lift. You're not crunching or gripping the toes. Taking it a little bit higher, don't come into a full bridge, but a little bit higher, stretching the quadriceps, stretching the hip flexors, pushing the knees forward, and then roll down, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, and pelvis. Do that twice more. Press down. Send the knees forward. And roll down. And think of each and every vertebra coming down, one after the other. Lifting up. And lowering down. And this time we're going to come up and stay and find 5 breaths. Breathing in for 1. Breathing out. Breathing in for 2. Breathing out. Breathing in for 3. Lift the hips. Breathe out. Breathing in for 4. Breathe out. Breathing in for 5. And roll down on that exhale. Extend the legs all the way along the mat. Release through the thighs, release through the hip flexors, release through the knees. Take the arms out to the side, palms face up, and just roll from side to side. Give yourself a little shimmy. So that shimmy starts in the ankles, moves up to the calves. You're massaging the back of the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hamstrings, and then the hips, and even up towards the shoulders. You might be giving this little shimmy shake all the way through the body. And then find stillness as you slow that down. And you kind of feel that friction, that warmth that you've created underneath your body. So it's like a static electricity and energy. And feel those little sparks of energy. Maybe you feel them through the shoulders, the buttocks, the back of the heels, or the calves. Bringing the feet together, pointing the toes and flexing into the ankles. A little bit of ankle movement there. We've got some feet and standing balances to come. So just a little movement. Lifting the arms up above the head, interlace the fingers, press back through the palms. Big, big morning stretch. And stretch the face here. Open the mouth, stretch the eyes, stretch the jaw. And then come into Banana Asana, so shuffling the shoulders over to the right side, shuffling the feet over to the right, crossing over that left ankle, over the right foot if you wish, taking hold of the left wrist. Let's stay here for 5 breaths, so long, slow, deep breaths in. And the exhale, you're softening through that stretch on your left side of your body. On your 5th and final exhale, bring everything back into the center, realign. Bring the hands down, just take a moment's rest. Bring your feet together, flexing, pointing, circling through the ankles once more, lifting the arms up above the head, interlace the fingers and press back through the palms. Big, big stretch. And then shifting shoulders over to the other side, keeping the hips in the center, just moving the legs. So again, choosing those options, taking hold of right wrist and dropping right foot over left ankle. 5 breaths. Each exhale deepens and softens and releases into that right stretch all the way down the side of your body. On your last exhale, bring everything back into the center, head, shoulders, realign the spine, release the feet, release the arms, come back into a neutral corpse pose there for Shavasana. And then gently draw right and left knees in. Take them a little bit wider of your rib cage here. So you're dropping the thighs as much as you can down the outer side of your body. So the hips are gently opening. And again, just shimmy through the hips here. So you're starting to hitch a hip up towards the waist. And that means that the knees come up towards the shoulders. So again, you're just wiggling on the back of your pelvis here. Feel the warmth and the friction that you're creating underneath you, and then gently bring the knees together and circle them out. So again, knees come together Exhale, circle out. Really take this nice and slowly, steadily. Notice how the hips respond. Notice if you can hear clunks or clicks, or you can feel any of those clunks and clicks. And then start to go the other way. The external rotation is your exhale, and the internal is your inhale. Placing the soles of the feet a little bit wider than hip width, but not as wide as your mat. Release the pelvis nice and long. Spine is long. Hands come into cactus. So there's a bend at the elbow, backs of the hands down. This time we just want to drop the knees. So dropping the knees over to the right. Try to anchor through the left side of your shoulder blade, keeping that left arm down. You're rolling onto the outer or the inner sides of your feet, releasing through that left hip flexor, left thigh. And then lift the head and look towards the left elbow. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the head back, bring the knees back. Realign the hips and pelvis if you need to. And then exhale, drop over to the other side. Anchoring through the right shoulder blade, right arm, right hand. Lifting skull, turning towards your right elbow. Exhaling. Breathe in, bring the head back, bring the knees back, bring the arms back, widen the knees to Supta Baddha Konasana or recline bound angle. Soles of the feet come together. They don't have to be close to the body. They can be a little bit further away. So just for now, bring the hands onto the inside of your hips here so you can feel the hip bones. You're going to cup your palms around your hip bones. The elbows fall down towards the sides. So as we breathe in, belly rises, chest expands, and as we breathe out, exhale, soften everything. Glutes relax, hip flexors relax. Breathing in, expansion through the torso. Breathe out, soften everything. A few more breaths in and out. And then taking the hands to the thighs, lift the knees together and take the feet wide of your mat. Drop the knees in towards one another and bring the hands to the belly. Relax the toes, relax the feet, relax the ankles, the calves, the shins. Soften into the knees, the thighs, the hamstrings, the hips. Relax into the lower back. Heel toe the feet into parallel. Keep the left leg bent, draw the right knee in towards the chest. These are soft leg extensions, so releasing the leg up towards the sky. You can keep a softness into the back of the knee there if you like. We don't have to flex or point the foot in any way, but if you like to give it a little bit of mobilization whilst it's up there, go ahead. And if you like, you can start to massage through the back of your calf, Spreading out those two calf muscles. And then massaging into the back of the knee and the back of the hamstring. Nice deep exhale. If you wish, you can extend that left leg along the mat, making sure that that foot is in line with your hip, not to the outer side of your mat or the inner side. And that might deepen that stretch in that right leg for you. Again, we don't have to overstretch. We don't have to stretch through the back of the knee. These are nice, soft spinal releases. Let's take that leg out to the side. So again, softness. Arm might open. Nice deep exhale. Trying to anchor through the left side of your body. Trying not to let that right leg be too heavy, pulling you over. Soften through the glutes and the buttocks here. Notice if you're engaging those. You can support the leg with the right hand. Breathing in, bring it back into center. Take the hand across the thigh or the calf, bring it over the body in your twist, opening up the right arm. Again, that foot, you can support it with the hand. So the elbow is resting down onto the mat. And you're in that twist here, opening up the chest towards the sky. Breathing in, bring it back into center. Bend the knee wide, half happy baby. Taking hold of the foot, the ankle, or the calf. Exhaling. Drawing the thigh downwards. We don't have to be forceful in these. It's nice and smooth and cooling. Taking about 3 or 4 breaths in each posture. Going to work through the inner, the outer hips, hip flexors and hamstrings. Nice and slowly bend both knees. Recline pigeon. That right foot comes across the left knee. Interlace the fingers. And just lift the head for a moment away from the body. Just gently flex into that right ankle so it's not sickle foot or relaxing. And you can use the elbow to press the knee out nice and lightly. And then drawing that left knee in towards the chest and the head. Then release the head back down. Neck is nice and long. Nice deep exhale. Soften and relax through any tense parts of the body. If you feel tense in the head or the neck, breathe out. That left foot can be relaxing down towards the buttock. It doesn't have to be up into the air. Release the hands, release the left foot. Keep the right foot where it is. Roll onto the left hip, IT band stretch. So that foot comes down to the mat and you start to open up that right knee away from you. Opening up the chest, opening up the arms. Try to anchor both shoulders here and making sure that that right foot, the toe and the heel all come down. The left leg is bent underneath you. We're not going to catch that foot today. Bring it back into center. Release both legs along the mat. Nice deep exhale there. See how that right leg feels. Mine feels about 2 to 3 inches longer right now. Bring the knees in. Nice and wide of the rib cage. Rock from side to side a little bit. Circle through the hips if you need to. And then keep left knee in. Bend right knee. Place the soles of the foot down. Nice deeper exhale as you start to extend that left leg up towards the sky. No flexing or pointing in the posture, but you can certainly move through the ankle, get a little bit of rotation and movement in there. My ankle feels particularly clunky. Massaging into the back of those calf muscles, down the shin, into the back of the knee, and into the hamstrings. So just noticing any differences with those right and left calves and hamstring muscles to the right. And then exhaling, relaxing into the posture. And you can choose to extend that right leg along the mat, making sure that it is in line with the hip. Left leg does not have to be straight and rigid and overstretching. This is just setting you up for your day. You're going to extend that leg out to the side. So supporting the leg, elbow comes down to the mat, right arm reaches out to the side. Soften into the glutes. Let the leg become heavy, but keep anchored through the right side of your body, pulling that right hip downwards. Breathing in, bring it back into center. It continues to go over to the twist. So you're changing to your right hand. And again, you can hold and support that leg. Left arm might open out, anchor through the left shoulder, and let that left leg be as heavy as it can be. The underneath right leg is bent. Then we come into those happy baby, pigeon and IT band stretches. So bringing it back into the center, opening up the hip as wide as your rib cage, drawing that left foot down, left knee down, right foot up to the sky. So there's a 90-degree bend into the back of the knee, 90-degree bend into the ankle. Nice. Crossing it over for reclined pigeon. Light flexion into that left foot, lifting up the head as you bring the hands through and under the right thigh, making sure that the hips aren't hitching up. So the spine is long, relaxing the right foot down to the buttock, using the left elbow as a little bit of leverage, and then releasing the head back down. Keeping the head nice and relaxed, neck is soft, shoulders are relaxed. Chest softens, back releases. You're isolating into that left outer hip, left glute. Release the hands, release the right foot, roll onto your right hip, left foot comes down to the mat, opening up that left knee away from you, and then opening up the arms. Just feeling, noticing, observing differences. Maybe you feel that one side is a lot more challenging or easier than the other. Work with those imbalances with using the breath. Nice and slowly bring yourself back into center. Release both legs along the mat this time, seeing if they've equaled themselves out just a little bit. My left now does feel just as long as my right. Draw the knees in, curl into a nice tight ball here. So lifting head and neck and shoulders away from the mat. Again, keep the knees nice and wide so you have this room for the belly and the chest to move and breathe. So you're really feeling that the back is curling all the way up. Tailbone is lifting. Nice and slowly release and roll over to one side. Take your time. And just come up into a tabletop position. So reminding us through our standing practice of that softness through the body. Let's move the hips from side to side. Give ourselves some room here in this tabletop so you can take the hands just a little bit longer away from the body so there's not so much deep flexion into the wrists. Pulling the hips back towards the heels. Opening the chest so it starts to feel like very much a freeing cat and cow. Using the head and the neck. And circling the other way. Nice and slowly, take the knees a little bit wider, bring the toes to touch, and stretch back into your wide-legged child's pose. Take time to get there, releasing the head onto the hands or to the block or to the mat. Start to release into the spine. Exhaling any tension. Inhale to tabletop, bring the knees into parallel, tucking the toes, soft downward facing dog, lifting the hips, pedaling out. And you can start to almost wind the hips and wind the legs, introducing twists, just finding freedom in these down dogs. There's nothing static or active about them. Lifting up legs as you like in three-legged dogs, figure of eights if you like. You don't have to, of course. And then take the feet extra wide, take the hands extra wide. And maybe you pull everything back just a little bit. So the heels may come down. And you ride at the back of your mat here and just rock forwards and backwards. And you're coming onto the balls and the toes of your feet and then rocking back to the heels, lifting the toes. So you might start to release the hands and rock forward. So release the heels, lift the toes, release the hands. Come forward onto the toes and come back. And then last time, we're going to come all the way back, releasing the head, releasing the hands. Very deep, full fold, belly, chest, between the thighs, sway from side to side. Relax the toes. Relax into the spine. Send the knees over the middle toes. They're not rolling inwards. Then release the hands and start to bring the hands to the shins and to the thighs. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Rolling up through the spine. Taking time to bring the head up and stand at the back of your mat. Just take a moment to be here. Been down there for a while. So if you feel any dizziness, Just take a moment before we get moving. So this is an extremely soft variation to lunar practices. So we are going sideways on, but it's okay. You don't have to move your mat. So we're going to take the feet nice and wide and just start to sway the hips as we bring the arms up and releasing the arms over to the side. It stretches and releases. You can relax and soften into the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, the rib cage. You can introduce a little circle here, all the way around. I want you to find intuitive movement, no right, no wrong. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I want you to do whatever you want to do. So if you're introducing that big circle, then go the other way. And just feel how soft you can make everything. As if you are literally marking a dance routine rather than using any energy or any muscles. Bring yourself back into those side sways, slowing it down, and then returning back into stillness. We're going to turn the toes out. Widen the knees. Let's move into goddess. So start to shift the weight over into the heels. So you can start to lift the toes. This comes down into our side squats, but we don't have to go there just yet. So bring the hands onto the knees and then dropping a shoulder. Try not to grip through the toes. And then you might again start to circle the rib cage, and no right or wrong. And you can release the hands down and circle. And then come down into goddess. And then turn the toes in, turn the heels out. Keep a softness into the knees as you might bring the head down towards the mat. The forearms might come down or just the fingertips. And rock forwards and backwards again on those toes, coming back into the heels. So forwards and backwards. The breath is really your guiding light here. And come back into the center, find stillness. Bring the fingertips down, nice long spine, softness through the back of the knee. Right hand comes down, lifting up the left to the sacrum, giving yourself a little bit of a twist. You can release the arm forward and it sweeps into the center. Changing hands, right hand comes to sacrum. You just do a little twist. Lifting up the arm, circling the shoulder, and it comes forward. Let's try that once more on the other side. So, hand comes to sacrum, twisting through the torso, sweeping the arm up and over. It comes forward and down. Then coming to the other side, sacrum, lifting up arm, forward and down. From here, rolling up through the spine, and then turning the left foot forward. So we're going to go left foot in front. Okay. Inhale the arms up, nice and soft here. Exhaling into warrior, bringing the arms into the front, sweeping them up, straightening the leg. So the arms sweep down and up. Nice. Exhaling, bending into the front knee. And then this time we take it over into a soft triangle. So take the hand onto the sacrum rather than up to the sky. Hand doesn't have to go all the way down to the mat. And just rest and open the chest. Sweep the arm over this time and just come into a very nice soft pyramid. Releasing that back foot, inhaling and exhaling. So what we're doing here, again, we're transitioning weight. So you're bringing the weight into the back foot, weight into the front heel, bending into the back knee. Then planting both feet, exhaling gently over that right thigh, releasing the head and the neck. Release the back foot and come into a low crescent lunge, softening into the feet. Inhale the arms up. And they come forward, reaching forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Last time, inhale up. Exhale forward. Hands come on the inside of your foot to transition into your side squat. So tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, and moving across to the other side. Good. Turning back around to face the other way, dropping the back knee into that low lunge. 3 of those sweeps with the arms, lifting up. And exhale. Fingers come forward. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach forward. The hands come down. You transition into that pyramid. So you're going to tuck the back toe, plant the back foot, exhale over the leg. And then come into that change of the weight distribution. So coming forward and back, bending into the back knee. And that back knee comes over your middle toe. So you're trying to get that knee outwards a little bit. It's not rolling inwards. You're going to transition into that triangle. So releasing the back foot. Hand comes up. Find your softness here. And as you exhale, the hand comes to the sacrum and the arm releases down. Take a few deep breaths. And then bring yourself up into warrior 2. Palms come down as you bend. Arms reach up as you straighten. Down and circle as you bend. Up and straighten. Last time. Circle and up. Turning the toes inwards this time. Hands to the hips. Nice flat back. Bend the knees. Soft, soft, soft melt. Exhale down. Move the weight from side to side whilst you're down there. So you're just shifting from right to left. Again, no right or wrong. I want you to just be intuitive and feel the movement for yourself. And then hands to hips. Lift up. And the heels come forward into goddess. Good. So this time we're going to circle around. Opening up the rib cage. And then circle the other way. Bending into the knees. And then bring yourself back into parallel. Heel toe, those feet together. Inhale the arms up. Take hold of the left wrist. Reach up and over this time. Big stretch. Open the rib cage. Look to the elbow. Bring yourself back. Take hold of right wrist. Exhale over. Change the gaze to look underneath the elbow. Roll the rib cage. Bring yourself back. And release the hands down by the side of your body. Take a moment just to feel that stillness from movement. And we do it once the other way. So hands come up and we sway from side to side. So the feet are facing forward here. They could be hip width or they could be wider than hip width. So you're just really thinking about the feet either facing inwards or outwards. From here, you do those circles, release the head, look up. And then turn the toes out, heels come in towards one another. This time we drop and release. So you might do a little double bounce and lift the arms up. Double bounce, head might drop. Keep the spine nice and long. Last time, double bounce. Transitioning into triangle. Right foot forward this time. Releasing over. Bringing yourself back. Warrior two. Sweeping the arms down and straightening up. Circle down and up. Bending through the front knee, dropping weight of the hips and up. Turning towards the front leg, releasing into those pyramids. Exhaling, softening through the front knee, relaxing the head and the neck if you can, drawing that back heel down. This time we're going to shift the weight into the front foot, lifting the back leg. So it's like a warrior three. And then release, plant it down. Pull the front toes up. Lift the back leg, it's like a warrior three. Plant the back foot, lift the front toes. Last time, lift up into your warrior three. Big extension breath. And then release the foot and release the knee. Inhale. Your crescent lunges. Exhale, sweeping forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweeping forward. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, sweeping forward. You're already nice and low, so you're going to twist towards the longer edge of your mat, making sure those feet move with you. Slide all the way along. Turning on the back foot, coming down into those low crescent lunges. Inhale the arms up. Sweep them forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward, really using the breath. Hands plant. You're going to tuck the back toe, stabilize, and lift that left leg up into that three, warrior three. Exhale, release the back foot, draw in the front toes. Lift the leg up. Lower with control, lift the front toes. Last time, warrior three, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen away. And then release into pyramids. Both feet come planted. Exhale over the front leg. Let the head release to the shin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Transitioning to triangle. Maybe moving the feet. Lifting up the top arm this time. It might just sweep up to the sky or over the head. Bring yourself back. Warrior two. Exhale, the arms circle. Lift up as you straighten the legs. Nice. So the hands drop down and around. Good. Last time, exhale, bend. Good. Goddess pose, little variation coming up here. Oh, sorry, actually, no, turn the toes in this time. Hands come back behind you, interlace the fingers, open the chest, push the knuckles down, lift to the sky, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Take the arms up and over. Breathe out. Move left and right. Drop a shoulder towards the earth, a little twist there. And then release the hands to the mat. Bring yourself up and turn the toes outwards, heels in. 3 goddess drops. Exhale. Inhale, lift up onto the toes. Beautiful. Exhale, lift up onto the toes. Reach, reach, reach. Great balance last time. Exhale. Inhale. And release the hands. Heel toe the feet into parallel. Lifting up the arms, taking hold of left wrist. Reaching up and over, big side stretch. Push the hip out. Roll the ribcage open so you look underneath that armpit. Bring yourself back. Take hold of right wrist. Feel a stretch through the side body as you look underneath. Bring yourself back. And then exhale. Hands come down by the side of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Coming to the front edge of your mat. Let's come back down to seated. We sweep the arms up. Inhale. Soft bend into the knees. Melt the chest. Again, exhale. Release forward. Inhale. Soft half lift. Ripple the spine. Exhale, release. Hands come down by the feet. Step right, step left. Take the knees down. Chest and chin down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just feeling this down dog. And then release the knees. Release the hands back behind you towards the hips. Head comes to the mat or to a block. Slowly rolling up through the spine. Last little bit of stretching here is for our thighs. So you can widen the knees just a little bit if you like. Hands come back behind you and lifting up the hips. You might be on the fingertips, you might be on the palms, opening up the chest, looking forward for the moment, along the body. And maybe the gaze goes to the sky, keeping the neck nice and long. Good. Push the hips up. Nice and slowly. Release the buttocks down. Take a moment to just kneel. Vajrasana. Thunderbolt. Releasing the legs out in front of you. 3 forward folds with the arm releases. Sweeping back, lifting up, inhaling. Exhaling, reaching forward and folding. Sweeping the arms back, lifting up, inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing out, releasing and folding. Last time, breathing in. Exhaling and staying. Holding on to toes, ankles, shins, calves. Relax into the head, the neck, the shoulders. Breathe into the spine. Breathe into the hamstrings. And slowly rolling up through the spine. Last little bit of fun. We're going to bring the feet in towards us. We're going to take hold of the toes. And you can do one at a time. So you can stabilize there if you like. You might balance on both sit bones, lifting up the chest. Maybe both feet come off. Fantastic. Balance on those sit bones. Lift the chest, lift the spine. Extend the legs out if you like. And release. Fantastic. We're going to come down onto our backs in Shavasana. So, shuffle forward, roll down, make yourself warm. Draw those knees in, but give the belly and the chest freedom to breathe. Don't compress the thighs. And if you just like to here, do what you need to before you come into Shavasana. Just notice if you feel a little bit more mobile, a little bit more relaxed, ready for your day, maybe circling the knees or doing a few twists. Now making any of those final movements, the final adjustments that you need to find stillness here in Shavasana. And take as much space as you have around you. Trying to find that complete softness now in the body. Giving yourself that little body scan all the way from the top of your head down through the body to the feet, releasing tightness and tension and gripping as you journey. And just referring back to that little reading at the beginning of practice, that everything you have done in this practice today has brought you to this moment, to this point. As you thrive in your practice and you can emit your light. And our cracks are where our lights shine the brightest because of the energy that we put into our own self-care, our own well-being, our own healing. And being present for the last few moments of our practice, I'll leave you in silence, letting you know when it's time to come back around. Beginning to breathe a little bit deeper as you bring your awareness back into your surroundings, into your room, onto your space, and also into the body. Beginning movement through the hands, the feet, the head. And taking as much time as you need to bring yourself back up into a comfortable seat, whether that's kneeling or seated, bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra. And reminding yourself of the theme of our practice was to be soft today and to sometimes let go of that hardness that we may have in life. So just to be kind, be soft to yourselves and to others. Remember that healing light. And also we remember the light and soul of our dear friend Zoe today, who I do wish was absolutely still with us practicing. And always thank your own breath and body and energy. And I thank you for joining us. Namaste.